Welcome, everyone, for another episode of Victory Lap Media. We are lap. What is this lap? About 28. I got my two of my main guests, Andrew Alina and Brian Mishler. Andrew, how we doing?
Hey, the lap is back, baby. What to do?
And we got Brian. Brian, how we doing?
We're doing great. Got some NFL show today. I'm excited. Let's just kick it off real quick.
And we got a reoccurring guest, Zach. How we doing today?
We're doing good. It's a nice Tuesday in South Bend, Indiana, ready to talk some NFL.
So Zach and Brian are both Bears fans. Andrew's a Raiders fan, and I'm a Steelers fan. So those are the three teams we're going to break down today. We're going to start off with fuck me, guys. I forgot to say our latest episode is presented by Save Our Livers. SaveOurLivers.com. Use code VictoryLap, all capital. Go check it out. If you ever are in need of hangover cures, anything like that, they have it all. We all have a little too much fun here and there, so why don't we wake up the next morning and feel great? Go to SaveOurLivers.com and use code VictoryLap for 10% off, all capital, SaveOurLivers.com. So now we're back to it. Brian and Zach, what are we expecting from the Bears this year? Big double doink last year.
Yeah, Brian, do you want to start it off today for us?
Yeah, I'll start it off. I mean, I was at that playoff game. I couldn't believe how upsetting that was. I mean, when Parkey put it off the first, I think it was the left-hand goalpost, it looked like it dropped in, and the entire crowd started cheering. And then it just doinked again off the bottom, and everybody people were close to crying. I didn't realize how into it NFL fans get, because that was the first NFL game I've ever been to in my life, and people were literally like threatening Cody Parkey's life. It was awesome, I thought, but horrible loss. And I think they had a really easy schedule last year. That's why they ended up getting 12 wins. I still think
that's literally the only reason they had 12 wins. Let me just throw that in there.
Yeah, I agree. So because they had a shitty schedule, but this year they're going to get an A+ schedule since they won the division last year. So I still think they should be the favorite. I don't know how heavy, but they should be the favorite to win the division. But I'm thinking they win it with like 10 wins. I still like the Vikings. I don't know what they had a really disappointing year last year, because the year prior to that, I mean, they won the division and they had that insane game against the Saints. So yeah, they had a really disappointing year last year. I don't know if they're going to be back though. And then the Packers, if they have Aaron Rodgers, QB of that value, of that talent, they're always going to be in the race. The Lions suck balls per usual, but I think the Bears will win the division. I like their young core. I mean, if you look at their core, basically their average age is like 25. I don't know the exact age. I remember seeing it on Twitter. It's really young. So they have a nice little window right here for the next 3 years to contend for a Super Bowl. I think the one thing I wouldn't say necessarily holding them back, but Trubisky's development second year. Is it second or third year under Nagy? Second, right?
This is his second full year.
Yeah. So second full year under Nagy.
Trubisky.
He could take a huge step forward, because that is a complicated offense. So I think he could take a huge step forward, but to rebut that, obviously teams are going to get more film on him. They'll know how to attack him defensively. So there's an argument to be made that he could actually regress. But I think he's the missing piece for them to be a Super Bowl contender. I mean, he played well in the second half against the Eagles in that playoff game last year, but the first half he looked pretty poor. And you can blame it on Cody Parkey, but the reason why they lost that game, they outplayed the Eagles. The reason why they lost the game is because they couldn't punch it in the red zone. So I think they got to figure that out, and Trubisky's got to keep improving. And I don't know if I'm not going to predict a Super Bowl win. I think they win the division, but other than that, I don't know. Zach, you take it from here, buddy.
So yeah, going on with what Brian said, I'll be reiterating a few things. Some key free agents the Bears added this offseason to kind of replace some players they traded or even left in free agency. They added running back Mike Davis from the Seahawks because they traded Jordan Howard away to the Eagles.
Did you like that move?
I did like the move. Jordan Howard just doesn't fit into that true offense of what Matt Nagy likes to run. And, I mean, you got a guy back in Mike Davis a lot cheaper who does basically the same role. And then next you have you lost Bryce Callahan, who was like your cornerback, nickelback. You had Buster Skrine from the Jets. He was a big penalty guy last year with pass interference. A lot of people targeting him, but I think this year with him just throwing in the Bears defense, it'll be a lot better for him. They lost Josh Bellamy in free agency, but added Cordell Patterson as a return guy, and then also made a third or fourth receiver.
Cordell Patterson can be good, definitely.
Yeah, I think he'll be a good addition. And then they lost Adrian Amos, who played safety, and added Clinton Dix, former
That was
Packer,
a good move, dude.
former Redskin.
They shouldn't have paid Amos. That was a good move.
Amos, he had a rough play in the playoff game that really hurt them. Eddie Jackson not being able to play that game hurt the Bears a tremendous amount.
I was about to say he's back, isn't he, Eddie Jackson?
Yeah, Eddie Jackson's back, so you'll have a Bama secondary this year.
That's not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing to have. Next, just going on with Mitch Trubisky. This will be his third year in the pros, second year as a full starter. Also another whole offseason with Matt Nagy, who I think is one of the best young minds in football regarding to calling an offense. Last year with Trubisky, you saw him throw for 3,200 yards with 24 touchdowns and 12 interceptions with a 95.4 quarterback rating in just 14 games. He also ran for 420-plus yards on the ground and 3 touchdowns. He's a lot more versatile than people think. He can move around in the pocket and get out of some big pressure situations. I think this year you'd like to see all these numbers get better and hopefully see the interceptions stay down. He is still a young guy and likes to throw into some close windows every once in a while. Next, leading into the defense, you pretty much bring back everybody from last year's team that was a key component to it. The biggest thing they lost was their defensive coordinator, Vic Fangio, to the Broncos head coaching job. But they did hire Chuck Pagano, who's always been known as a defensive coach, and I think he'll be a great mix to throw in with guys like Khalil Mack, Kyle Fuller, Roquan Smith, and Eddie Jackson. That defense will still thrive.
Is this Pagano's first year since getting fired from by the Colts?
Back in football, yes.
Okay.
He's been working as an analyst mainly with like NFL Network and things like that.
Okay.
And then with that, a few rookies on the offensive side that I think could make a big difference for them. And not a big, but could contribute this year is Riley Ridley, Calvin Ridley's little brother out of Georgia. And then David Montgomery out of Iowa State will help at the running back department. You still got Tariq Cohen, Mike Davis, and David Montgomery. I think that'll be a big use in the backfield.
Especially because they kind of rotate Tariq Cohen in the slot receiver position every once in a while.
Tariq Cohen's kind of do it all back. He's tiny. He can move around everywhere. He's got good hands, return man. So I think they just need another back, too, to spell him out because he's not a 3-down back, which in the NFL you don't see anymore anyways. Like Brian said last year, the Bears went 12-4, won the NFC North, but then lost the heartbreaker against the Eagles with the double doink. This year I think they compete for the division once again and overall win it because the Packers, I think they'll be solid with a new head coach, and you still got Aaron Rodgers. Next, the Vikings have Kirk Cousins, who is the biggest fraud in the NFL at the quarterback position for the money he's paid. 3 years, $84 million, all guaranteed. The man's a 5-25 record versus winning teams and 1-6 last year. So I just think the Vikings.
The Vikings, astonishing.
They overpaid getting him. He puts up great stats, but he just can't beat a good team.
I don't know, man.
Just like Brian said about the Lions are the Lions, and you never have to worry about them.
Yeah, plus...
hot takes there, Zach. I didn't realize you were such a numbers guy, man.
Plus...
only when it comes to the teams I like.
Who's the coach at the Lions? He's basically trying to be New England 2.0, and it's not working at all.
Matt Patricia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you think the Bears win 12 games again this year?
I don't think they win 12 games. I'm saying at least 10 though, just like Brian said. I think with the NFC North, you got to win at least 10 to win that division.
At anywhere not more than 10, but less than 12, right?
Yeah.
So 11. I don't think. I just don't think that division's that great unless the Packers do well. I don't think the Vikings are that good of a football team.
Yeah, they were.
Nine wins was the
year,
division.
Their defense 2 years ago was one of the best in football, and then last year they brought back everybody, and they were terrible.
Yeah, so that's the Bears recap. Olina, you want to get into the Raiders' very fucking disappointing first year under Gruden?
Raiders. Yeah, sure. It's tough to talk about as a big fan. I mean, going from the golden days of Rich Gannon, Tim Boundary, Rice, Charlie Garner, and the boys, and now we're going to Daryl Carr. Who the fuck knows at running back? Marshawn Lynch. Who the fuck? This team just fucking blows, man. It's tough to say. They just suck. I mean, I was duped. I was finessed. I was tricked.
Led astray. Ran amok.
Led astray. Bamboozled.
You still owe Gruden $90 million.
Yeah, I was bamboozled into thinking that Daryl Carr was the man. He's not. Don't be fooled. He is not a franchise quarterback. The guy should have been a fifth-round pick. That's all he ever will be.
He cries more than he throws touchdowns.
Yeah, he's not. I was tricked out of that one good year that he was a good quarterback. He's an average NFL quarterback. I mean, we'll give him what he deserves. He's average.
Dude, that one year they won 5 games with less than 4 points. I remember.
Yeah, that was they had a last place schedule just like the Bears did, and they won 12 games. That's exactly what it was. And the next year, teams were like, wow, this team blows. How do they beat us? And then they didn't shit on us the next year, and they win 4 fucking games. So I think for the superstar that Antonio Brown is, that was the most underwhelming move of all time for him to go. I wish he was not on the Raiders. He will do nothing at the Raiders. I guarantee it.
As a Steelers
they pay
fan.
a receiver. They already had one in fucking Amari Cooper. That could have been your mini Antonio Brown. You let him fucking go. You don't pay the defensive MVP of the league. You let him go.
Dude, how about John Gruden after week 2 last year? After the first week 2, week 3, week 4, kept saying about how it's really hard to find a good pass rusher in the NFL nowadays.
No,
and then Khalil Mack in Chicago just waving hey, I was there, buddy.
But the funniest part about the Bears is, so the first game, Khalil Mack's there. He has a touchdown, a strip, an interception, and they still lose. So it's he just can't do enough for them to be good. That made me happy a little bit. But anyway, so John Gruden, I think a good way to wrap up the season from last year, week 6, he gets asked the question, are you guys going to start tanking? there's 10 weeks left, and you're getting asked, are you going to start tanking in your first year back, getting paid $100 million? That's got to be demoralizing to get asked that question. But yeah, this Raiders team's blow. I'm not impressed with the draft again.
Do you think John Gruden, after week 4 or 5, was holy shit?
Yeah, he's why did I come back? Exactly. Yeah.
At least they're going to Vegas.
He was hammered.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things keeping, or if they have a bad year this year, keeping Oakland or the Raiders really afloat is the move to Vegas. Is the move to Vegas. They could be terrible and it's still going to be crazy for 5 years.
They have a terrible draft year after year. I think Gruden had to have been on a binge of. He had to have been on the lewds to accept the coaching job back, because there's no way he wanted to get into all this. This is easily the last place team in that division this year. There's no question about it. I mean, the Broncos and them will probably be battling for it, but I think the Raiders easily take the cake. AB will get pissed off if he's not getting the ball enough. I mean, you think he's really going to get the ball?
Not as much as he wants. He thinks he wants the ball. He wants the ball every fucking play, so no, not as much as he wants.
They're going to double team him every fucking time. They have no running. I mean, dude, I can go on and on and on. The Raiders suck. They'll win 4 to 5 games. Anybody that's a fan, I'm sorry, but it's another year of bullshit. It's not where it needs to be. There has to be a draft where, maybe these guys in the draft were good, but, holy, it's just pathetic,
Yeah, when the Raiders, or when Antonio Brown decided to leave the Steelers, I was actually happy as fuck. Are you done with your analysis of the Raiders?
Yeah, the final take is it's a 4-win team, last place in the division.
They'll be on Hard Knock. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
get to see him suck on Hard Knocks.
Yeah, I'd love to get an in-depth look of a 4-win team.
Well, you get to see all the problems, which I think is going to be
There'll be a lot of
awesome.
drama.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's going to be
That
so
is-
much drama. I hope Marshawn Lynch comes back because he'll bring some drama to it.
I think the best draft pick was the running back from Alabama in the first round. Lynch is too old, man. He's washed up. Get him out of there.
He was terrible last year.
The dude is washed. He should. I mean, Pete Carroll ruined his career by not handing him the ball off on the 1 fucking yard line.
And
I mean, holy.
It's affected him since, though.
Yeah. It goes every year.
He retired the first time never during a Super Bowl.
Yeah. He was so pissed he didn't get the handoff on the 1 yard line. He retired, and he was never the same.
So there you got it, Raiders fans. A lot to be hopeful about. So for the Steelers, obviously you got Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell gone. I mean, Le'Veon Bell was gone last year because the fucker held out. They are such bitches, both of them. I fucking can't stand either of them. I'm so glad Antonio Brown's with the Raiders.
Dude, he just proves that, like, I don't want to bring up the NBA, but like NBA, the players run the league. In the NFL, that is never going to happen. Owners run the league in the NFL, and that will never, ever change.
Well, other than a few quarterbacks.
There's too much to a football team. There's only 5 guys on the
For
NBA.
sure. Well, like a wide receiver, like look at the Patriots wide receiver core that just won a Super Bowl. None of them were superstars. Not a single one. So, back to that. I'm so glad Le'Veon Bell's gone. James Conner played very well, and it's not like he played a few games. He played all fucking year. Antonio Brown, he still did his thing. He went off all year. The last game, you could tell they missed him. They just fucking missed the playoffs. Should have made the playoffs.
Zach, we're going to need you to stop farting back there.
Yeah, I'm a little gassy today, guys.
They just missed the playoffs because the fucking Browns couldn't beat the Ravens because Baker Mayfield fucking blows. So for this year, though, you got Juju Smith. He's got to be able to be a number one, and that's going to be a huge thing to prove. I mean, James Conner filled the role last year without Bell, and I think he fills it again. I think the O-line actually enjoys blocking for him. I think they fucking hated Le'Veon Bell. It's just like the Raiders things where when Carr cried, they were like, the O-line said, fuck this dude.
I forgot to say, I'm pretty sure Carr was like a little racist too.
He probably, yeah. I think I read something how he like made a racist comment in the locker room, and then
the lineman is like, I'm pretty sure like only one of them is white, and they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
man?
yeah, exactly. So I mean, Steelers offensively are going to be fine. Big Ben's going to have a great year with all Antonio Brown talking all this shit. Everyone talking all this shit, how he's a diva, is going to come back. He's going to have a great fucking year. The biggest question for them, and it's been the biggest question in the past 3 years, is their fucking defense is just atrocious. They're one of the worst fucking defenses in the league.
But the thing is, like, people are ruling out the Steelers, and I don't understand why.
Oh, there's no reason to.
Yeah, they're one of the most well-run franchises in the NFL.
And
they're going to win that division. You got fucking Teddy Bridgewater. That's their competition.
No, it's not. It's fucking Lamar Jackson.
Oh.
It's Lamar Jackson. But I agree. Like, you fucking...
They're like the same guy, though.
You play Lamar Jackson, you can't fucking throw the ball. And then you play Baker Mayfield. Fuck him. There's no way the Browns are good this year.
The Browns suck.
Dude, they're not going to be good this year. And everyone thinks they
the
are.
Browns are the
You got
favorite to win
Andy
that
Dalton
division.
with the Bengals.
The
Browns are the
Bengals
favorite to win the
suck.
division. That is absurd.
The Steelers should win the division 100%. They should win. They should have won it last year if they didn't start the season so poorly. So, I mean,
they still should have won it. They choked at the end.
if they beat the Saints, they win the division, and they were winning that game the whole time. So, I mean, if they can fucking figure out their defense, they drafted 3 linebackers, a corner, and a defensive lineman. So they're trying to fill some defensive needs. Devin Bush from Michigan could fill where Ryan Shazier was gone. Ever since Ryan Shazier got hurt, they have like the 29th ranked defense in the NFL. It's like insane how much he meant to that defense.
What happened to him?
He was like paralyzed.
He almost got paralyzed.
Yeah.
He basically was. He just learned how to walk.
Yeah, exactly. What happened
So
to
is
him?
he going to return?
No.
Wow. that's aggressive.
Oh
God.
gosh,
I do not condone this.
yeah, they said he's going to start running 40s here shortly.
Yeah, you got terrible.
No, I'm just kidding. Fucking Steelers, though, if they don't win the division this year, I don't know what's going to fucking happen. Mike Tomlin gets fired if they don't win the division this year.
There's some karma coming.
He's been on the hot seat for a while, and if they don't win it this year, he's fucking
He's on the
done.
hot stool.
He's on the hot stool. He's on the hot wheelchair.
Wow, you're terrible.
I don't play sports, so if I tear my ACL, I'll live. I'll be all right.
He's on the hot crutch.
The hot crutch. Oh, wow. But, yeah, my prediction, Steelers win 10 games. They win the division. I mean, 9 games fucking won it last year, so I think they win 10 games this year. They might win 12 games, actually.
So, give the prediction of each of the playoff teams. Go.
Okay, I got the Patriots. I got the Steelers. I have the Texans, and then I have the Chiefs all winning their division. I have the Chargers and then the Colts. So everyone from last year, and then I think Baltimore and Pittsburgh switch spots. And then the NFL, I got the Saints still make it, the Rams still make it, the Cowboys make it, the Seahawks make it. I think, I don't know actually. Yeah, I think same 6 teams in the NFC because I think Minnesota sucks. The Falcons, their defense has just been horrible. Redskins, no. Maybe the Panthers sneak in or Green Bay sneaks in. Other than that, I don't think anyone else sneaks in. Zach, who do you think makes the playoffs?
From the NFC West, I'm going to go again with the Rams. NFC South, the Saints. But I do think the Falcons are going to have a better year. I don't think they're going to go 7-9 again. They'll compete better with the Saints. NFC North, I'm going to give it to Bears. NFC East, I think the Eagles will actually win that division this year over the Cowboys.
Okay.
AFC West, or my 2 wildcard teams would then be the Eagles and then the Packers.
Or you mean the Cowboys?
Oh, yeah, sorry, the Cowboys and then the Packers, sorry.
Okay, what about the AFC?
AFC, you're going to have the Chiefs and Chargers battle it out. I think the Chiefs take it home for that division.
No.
You're going to have the Colts win the AFC South. AFC North, I think, is up in grabs. The Steelers, I think, just have the best chance because it's from all those guys have been used to winning before. A lot of people are big on the Browns, but that team just hasn't played a game together yet. So I think the Steelers take away that. And then the East, it's a joke. The Patriots run that division. There's no competition.
Yeah.
For the 2 wild cards, I'll go with the Chargers and a throw-up between the Texans or Browns for the wild card.
Okay.
Wow.
Brian?
I think the Bears make the playoffs.
That's all you know?
I have not done nearly enough research to provide any valuable input about the NFL besides the Bears.
The Bears make the playoffs. You heard it here first from Brian. Andrew?
Okay,
Brian.
so the Bears do not make the playoffs. The Packers win that division. The Vikings are the wild card. Bears are sitting out. No chance to make the playoffs. Sorry, boys. So, continuing on the NFC stint, we got the Rams easily winning that division. Then we have the Eagles and the Panthers. Now, wild card teams, we got the Seahawks and the Saints.
Didn't you say the...
Or no, not the Seahawks. Sorry, the Saints. The Saints and the Vikings. Yep,
Okay.
Saints and the Vikings.
Okay. So the Seahawks don't make the playoffs this year.
No, they did not.
Okay,
They
AFC.
suck. I don't know why I said that. So next onto the AFC, we got the Raiders. No, I'm kidding. All right, so we got the Chargers are going to win that division, but it's going to be both teams have 11 wins. It's going to come down to some weird tiebreaker.
Well, last year they both went 12-4.
Yeah, I think both teams will have 11 wins this year. Chiefs and Chargers. Chargers win it. Chiefs get the wild card. And then we go on to the AFC East, obviously the Pats. That division is just – they should honestly, I would rethink about maybe combining those teams and just having a one-game play-in to see who goes in rather than waste everybody's time every year. See what they can do. But the South, I think the Colts are going to run away with that. The Texans just have too much connection towards Showergate. I don't like that. I think the Titans.
You think the Titans get in?
Marcus Margarita has just never been a big clutch guy. I don't know. Never really think they get in. So I don't think anyone from that division other than the Colts will get in. I think they win with another 9-win, maybe 8-win season. Something mediocre like that. I think to top it all off, you got the AFC North, which will actually have one team. Sorry, I forgot about the AFC West. Will have two. That'll be the Browns. The Steelers are going to choke again, like they have done in the previous years with other superstars. I think Big Ben has been past his prime for the past probably 3 years now, and he's been being bailed out by superstars and Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell. Big Ben has been done. This will be his final year in the NFL. Mark that down.
So wait.
He's a fatso. He's lazy. He's like a Jamarcus Russell, but he's white. He's turning into that.
So who's your other wild card team? The Chiefs, and then.
Oh, I only said one.
Yeah, because you said the Steelers won't win it. The Browns are going to win it. The Colts are going to win it. The Patriots, the Chargers, and then the Chiefs.
Oh yeah, no. So in the AFC North, the Steelers will make playoffs.
So they're gonna get the wild cards. Okay,
yeah, I forgot.
Well,
I forgot about that.
You're wrong about that. I do think actually the Colts win the AFC South. The Texans blow. They shouldn't even won it last year.
Too close to Showergate, man. That's all that is.
All right. Well, there you go. Brian had the best picks of the night.
Does anybody want to take any wagers about who makes the play? Wait. We have to say who wins the Super Bowl and shit. We're gonna stop at the playoffs. That'd be weird.
Okay. Who do you think wins the Super Bowl?
Or let's just say who's in the Super Bowl. Then we can say who wins it.
You can say both at once.
Okay.
Chicago Cubs.
I hate you, Brian.
Brian's out of this combo.
Okay.
I'll start off then. I think it's the Patriots versus the Rams again. No, versus the Saints actually. I think the Saints go back. The Saints go back. I think it's the Patriots versus Saints, and then the Patriots win. Zach, who do you got?
I'm gonna be very, very biased, and I'm saying the Bears get there.
What?
And they are going to be playing the Patriots.
Who wins?
The Bears.
Oh, that's
Zach. Come on, dude.
That's bullshit.
Okay, hold on. I think it'll be.
All right, let's do this. If the Bears win the Super Bowl, me and Andrew have to take Zach out to Ruth Chris and split his bill. If the Raiders win the Super Bowl, we do the same.
Then you have to pay me a fucking grand.
If the Steelers win the Super Bowl, we do the same. Since Brian doesn't even fucking pick anything, he's out on this bet.
All right. So listen, here's the Super Bowl: Chiefs,
Who?
Saints.
That would be a wild Super Bowl.
And Drew Brees wins and retires. Big Ben and Drew Brees going out in the same season.
Yeah, but Big Ben's going to win it, so. All right. Any last thoughts from anyone?
Yeah, I think the Bears. I would. Anyone want to take any bets that the Bears don't make the playoffs this year?
Cody Parkey can take a
I'll
shit
bet
in
you
his
$20
hand
that
for a
it's
like
not.
hair.
That
I'll take
Bears
that
do
bet.
make it.
You bet $20 that they make it?
I'd bet the Bears make the playoffs next year. I'll bet you $20.
Okay, well, I don't have even odds here. I mean, obviously they're supposed to. So,
okay,
what is it, 2-1?
so if they don't,
you pay me 60.
No, I was gonna go 40.
That's 3-1.
Yeah, 3-1.
I was gonna go 40.
I'll go 20 if they do make it.
Let's do 25 and 50. If they don't make it,
let's do win the division.
Okay.
I'm out. I think the Packers actually won the division, so I'm out.
And if they win the division, they're going to make the playoffs. It was like a double whammy.
No, just to win the division.
Okay.
But that's worse odds though. Like Zach,
they're not the favorite to win, are they?
No,
the Lions are.
No, Zach. My point is that it's not going to be if you win 20, he wins 40. I'm saying
2020 bet.
It should be a 2020 bet.
I'll take them to win the division.
I'm out.
Are you kidding me?
Well, I mean, no.
I'll read you the current odds.
Bears are plus 145. They are the favorites to win the division.
Packers are plus 200. Vikings plus 230, and the Detroit Lions are plus 1,000.
You know what? Even though I really not a big Bears guy, that division sucks so much cock. It's like if they don't win, it's kind of sad. So I'm not gonna bet it.
By 8%.
Okay, so Andrew's out. All right, we're ending this fucking episode, boys. Remember, saveourlivers.com. Use code VictoryLap, all capital. Go buy something from there. You get 10% off. Have a good week, and we'll see ya. And we're back for our segment with Swanson Johnson. I got Swanee on the line with me. Over the weekend, he had the 2nd, 4th, and 6th place golfers. You know, he didn't pick the winner, but other than that, 3 guys in the top 6 is pretty damn good. Swanee, how we doing today?
Doing great. Another beautiful day in the neighborhood. Glad to be back. Let's continue to roll into this week, baby.
So, Swanee, how'd you feel this weekend? I mean, going into Saturday, all 4 golfers had a chance. So you had to have been feeling pretty good this weekend.
Yeah, man. I was feeling great. You know, called that Rory fade. You know, comes out, has a snow mat on the first hole of the tournament, shoots an 8 on a par 4, and ends up missing the cut. I called that, and then, you know, the 4 golfers I took, going into Saturday looking pretty, and then Lowry just turns it on that back 9, shoots a 63. You know, the over-under for the best round of the tournament was 6.5, and there hadn't been a 63 shot yet, so you had anyone betting the over had won until that last round on Saturday when Lowry birdied 17 to get to 8 under there, and then ends up par 18. But man, Lowry won that tournament there on the back 9 on Saturday. It was tough to see, especially with going into Saturday. I had so many guys sitting pretty, and then, you know, looking in Sunday, I got pretty much 4 of the top 6 golfers going into Sunday, with the other 2 being Lowry and Holmes, and just needed Lowry to blow up, and, you know, didn't happen. He had a 4-shot lead going into Sunday back in the U.S. Open when Dustin Johnson came and won on Sunday. He blew it in that, so I didn't feel too great about him blowing it this time around, because he'd been there before and blew it, and you know, props off to him for getting it done. Just disappointing, just because I feel like it's probably one of the best capped golf tournaments I've done, but, you know, didn't come out as a winner because all we did was take him to win. So back at it this week.
Yeah, so I think a lot of it, you know, I was following along. We both took the bets last weekend. I mean, dude, Lowry just deserves his credit. You know, he really had a nice little weekend for himself.
Oh, absolutely.
But then
you know, this will be, when we look a couple years down the line, this will be that weekend you talk about it, like, hey, you remember that one major Lowry won by 6 strokes?
Right.
This is his one shining moment. It's only the 4th time in history that a major has been won by 6 strokes or more, the other 3 being Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy, and Louis Oosthuizen, the other 3 being those 3 individuals. Lowry's the 4th to do it. Props off to him again. Like I said, you could have got him before the tournament at 80-1. Never really considered him. But just props off to him for being able to get it done, close it out with all the pressure on him on Sunday, especially with the weather, with the conditions on Sunday. Coming out bogeying the first hole, just, you know, we were right there, but not really that pissed off, just because it never really felt like we had a chance besides the start of the round on Sunday. And Fleetwood had his opportunities, just couldn't roll in a putt. So it is what it is. We'll bounce back.
Yeah, I mean, Fleetwood was right there.
Mm-hmm.
And he was right there, and it kind of he missed some putts on Sunday, so that kind of backtracked him. But from that, let's move on. We got a golf tournament this weekend. I know you don't have your finalized picks. Everyone tune in tomorrow or tonight. Everyone tune in tonight, and Swanson Johnson will reveal his picks on his Twitter account. Swanee, what are you feeling like this weekend?
So, yeah, just to give you a little preview, here this week we got the WGC FedEx St. Jude Invitational. It's at the TPC Southwind in Memphis, Tennessee. Last year, this tournament, the WGC, Justin Thomas won 26-1. I actually took him last year, and this 50 paid me $1,300. But it was the Bridgestone Invitational. This year, it's relocated to Memphis, Tennessee, and this tournament was played in early June last year. Dustin ran away with it last year, so couldn't go wrong with him. I personally don't like him. Par 70 course. It's a no-cut tournament. I believe there won't be a cut. Some of the guys I'm looking at as I break it down here early in the week, I really like Koepka. I know, same old, but I really like the way he's playing. And this course sets up perfect to his eye. He's played well at this course before. I really like Justin Thomas again to maybe repeat at this WGC event again this year. He hasn't played at this specific course before, but it fits his eye. He's really, I believe, out of his 9 tournament wins, he's won 5 of them have been on par 70 courses. So those are a couple of the favorites I'm looking at. A couple others I'm looking at are Finau, as you go down the list. And he's, I think, a guy that's his form's well right now. And then a little farther down, a couple long shots, I'm looking at Chaz Reavie. He's really played well at this course in prior years. And Kevin Kisner, he fits this course well. Those are a couple guys I'm looking at, and still under consideration, Fleetwood, Rose. I really like the way they played last week. I don't know if I'll end up taking them, but those are the top of guys in the wheelhouse. It's definitely a ball striker course again this week. A guy that hits it long and far is going to win. So a guy like Spieth, I'm not going to take a guy like Spieth if he ends up winning. Hey, he's back, but this is not the type of course that sets up for Spieth against the guys that can hit it long. So, as Michael said, you can tune into my Twitter account tonight to see who I end up deciding with. Make sure you lock those in for the tournament start on Thursday.
So, yeah, he said it. Tune into Twitter. He's going to be dropping that. Swanee has been going off on some gambling baseball lately, and he's been on fire. So you're going to want to get those picks in too. Swanee, always a pleasure to have you. I know the people are going to be looking forward to your golf picks with how you played last week. So let's win this one. How about that one?
Yeah, hey, we're in it to win it, baby. Last week, and loss is a loss. It doesn't matter if we would have had all of our guys miss the cut or finished second, third, and fourth. We took an L, so hopefully I get it done for the people this week. And like Michael said, tune into my Twitter. I always encourage people to respond to me. I love interaction, and I'll, if you're interesting and intriguing, I'll maybe respond to you. And like we always say, we don't gamble, we invest, baby.
Swanee, always a pleasure to have you. Appreciate you coming by.
Appreciate you having me on.
Let's get some winners, and let's get this investment going.
Absolutely. Appreciate it.
See you, Swanee.
Take care.